Good evening, everybody, and welcome to tonight's virtual church. I hope you're sitting comfortably, and I hope you're ready for a selection of really wonderful hymns and organ music, including the Toccata in F by Bach, the longest toccata. I'll be with you in a very short moment. Don't go anywhere. Well, good evening, everybody, and welcome to another virtual church here on Sunday evening or Sunday afternoon, depending on where you are in the world. We have a number of hymns lined up, which might not surprise you. We have some organ pieces lined up. Everything's been requested tonight, as usual, and as usual, we have some capacity for live requests. So everything on my bit of paper here has been requested during the week, and I've got some capacity for live requests in the chat. So if you want to leave me a super chat, it could be for 25p, it could be for £250, it could be for whatever amount you like. If you want to leave me a super chat, you can make requests live. Please do leave me your location, your +1 and your location, so I know who's in. Okay, let's get started with a request which came in from Sam. I know you're in with us, Sam. I just saw you chatting away. You actually requested this for last week. Christ triumphant, ever reigning, Saviour, Master, King, Lord of heaven, our lives sustaining. Hear us as we sing, yours the glory and the crown, the high renown, the eternal name. The tune is called Gwitting Power. All right then, Mr. Bellman, I think you've been tolling that bell for quite long enough. I think the congregation are settled. Let's enjoy a wonderful selection of hymns tonight. I wonder how many of you, just from that rendition and the colours of the organ and the sound of the organ, can identify where we are. I'm sure most of you will recognise this organ. We haven't been here for a while, but where are we, do you think? So, a number of hymns coming your way, starting there with Gwitting Power, Christ Triumphant, Ever Reigning. And what a wonderful hymn that is, a really uplifting hymn, particularly with the... It's a bit cheesy, isn't it, doing that? But we like cheese here on BIS, don't we? So it's always good for these virtual churches for you to get involved. So the more you get involved, the more you talk, the more you can ask me questions if you like. Please do ask away, and I'll try to respond to them. But engage with each other, you know, and talk to each other and get requesting. Have you been to church today? I've been to church twice already. This is my third. The virtual church isn't a church, let's be clear. It's a video broadcast on YouTube, simply where I play hymns and organ music to like-minded people. It's called virtual church because that's just what it ended up being called. But I've been to church twice, Romsey Abbey this morning and this afternoon. In fact, this afternoon they had a dedication to the new window. A brand new stained glass window has been dedicated, and it's gorgeous. It features Florence Nightingale. So we had representatives from the NHS there, all sorts of dignitaries there tonight, and the window was blessed by the Bishop of Southampton, and the window is now in place. And the artist of the window is a lady who I know fairly well, Sophie Hacker. So anyone who knows Sophie Hacker, she's designed a new window in Romsey Abbey, and it's really beautiful. The next hymn is for Jack McCormick. He gives a reason here. This is the favourite hymn of a dear friend of mine, a retired minister who has unfortunately been subject to some poor health this week. Playing this hymn would mean a lot to him. O Christ the same through all our stories' pages. I'm going to play you 3 verses. The tune is the very well-known tune, London Derriere. Oh, Danny boy. As it's better known in some parts of the world anyway. So that was actually a harmonisation there by Michael Fleming. Sorry, forget William. I'm not sure where William came from. Michael Fleming. It was London Derriere. Words. Actually, the words I was using in this hymn book was, I cannot tell why he whom angels worship should set his love upon the sons of men. But, you know, it doesn't really matter what words I have or what words you have. That's a good thing about this, isn't it? You can just all sing together in your own native tongue, and it will. If that was all brought together, that would sound fantastic. Maybe one day we should do that. So we are. You all worked it out, of course. You worked it out. We are in Rotterdam, of course. It's been a long time since we've been at Rotterdam. It's got this Oorlos stop, like an oboe type stop on the chamades. 2 trumpet chamades. 4-foot. And then a whole solo division as well, which is extraordinary. I always wondered with this organ, the solo division, if you look at it on paper, it could almost be a positive division. You got 8 and 4 flutes, a 4-foot principal, a little bit like Sam Sleeth's chamber organ, beautiful Nazard, a tercian, mixture, all the sort of stops you'd find on a positive, cromorn, a couple of regals. But what I would have liked to have seen on this organ, just to really put the icing on its cake, was some sort of romantic, sort of smoother stops, perhaps a couple of strings at their gamba, a diapason. You've got the clarinet, of course, but maybe an oboe. You've got the regal, but yeah, maybe a smoother oboe. You know, this is an Englishman talking about a Dutch organ, granted. It's not enclosed either, so it's quite limited in terms of expression. But I would have liked to have seen something just a bit more, which lends itself to the romantic school of music. But hey ho, you know, what is there at the minute is really wonderful. Tim, I just said it was. It's Rotterdam. We are in Rotterdam, which is in the church of St. Lawrence-Kerk in the Netherlands. For a very long time, this was the organ that I used pretty much all the time, particularly on the old organ, the old BIS Viscount organ. But now I've got more space, I can actually use some rather larger organs. Doodle launch. Let's go on. Next hymn is a request from Larry Latham, who is one of our patrons. So Larry, thank you for your support. Glorious things of thee are spoken. Now, he was very specific about the hymn tune, Abbott's Lay. A lot of the hymn books have these words. In fact, I won't tell you. What tune do you associate these words with? Glorious things of thee are spoken. See if it's the same one that I'm thinking of. So I'm going to play this now for Larry. Let's have top camera. Hopefully it's working. there are various hymns on there which hilariously really annoy some organists. I don't get annoyed at all by this sort of thing, but some people get really annoyed by they do this. Is it this hymn? I think it's this one. You get to the end. And then you can see some organists or conductors going, ooh. Yeah. I think, congregation, if you want to do it, you do it. There's another one of those examples in this hymn, this bit, at the very end. Listen. Now, what a lot of people do, and it happens all the time in every single service, is they do this. In fact, I heard a broadcast only today on our BBC radio where the choir was singing it. Of course, they were singing it correctly. The congregation, on the other hand, were not. So you had this sort of effect. I mean, luckily, it's in the harmony, isn't it? Are there any other hymn tunes where you have that? You think there's this congregation always sing a wrong note? There's also a moment in "O Lord my God, when I in awesome wonder," in the refrain towards the end of that, the congregation, does it go down to a low A or something? Maybe we'll have to have it. If someone requests it, we'll have it. I don't mind. It doesn't really bother me. So Roger Nightingale has requested "All Hail the Power of Jesus' Name." Trust you, Roger. Thank you very much for your super chat. That's very, very kind. You are a very kind person indeed. If you want to follow Roger's example, if you want to make a request tonight live, please do leave me a cheeky super chat. It really does help. I don't go off to the pub afterwards and spend it. It goes straight back into the business. So what did he ask for? Well, he asked for "All hail the power of Jesus' name. Let angels prostrate fall," to the tune Diadem. Particularly, I know this, particularly because of the bass part in the refrain. So we can all imagine Roger and Keith, who were both in. Roger and Keith are brothers, more specifically twin brothers. Although they don't look quite identical. I won't say which one's better looking. I'm not sure I even have an opinion on that, to be honest. Anyway, let's go on before we get ourselves into all sorts of bother. Woohoo! Let's all give Roger and Keith a round of applause for their amazing singing. Well done, guys. Good effort, good effort. Interestingly, this version of this tune is different to the one that I've played before. Did you notice? This is what's printed. Is this right or wrong? Here. Ready? Now I've played it in. I've played this before. So this is the same, and then it goes here. That's what I've done before here on BIS. Which version do you know? It will be worth me knowing so I can play it right in the future. This edition looks to be quite an old edition. I can't remember which hymn book this specifically comes from. But I think I've played two versions there. So Roger, which version do you know? I had another request. Thank you very much, Bill. Where's it gone? Cumrantha. I've got that. In fact, we had that tonight at Romsey Abbey for the dedication of the new window. If you are ever in Hampshire, by the way, please do visit Romsey Abbey. You just won't regret it. It's an amazing place. It's big and there's so much to see. It's like a little cathedral. Gorgeous, gorgeous architecture. Norman architecture. So that's very old, if you don't know that. That predates Gothic, which is what most cathedrals are designed in that style. So go and check it out. It's a beautiful part of Hampshire. So, Bill, thanks for this, and you'll have "Guide Me, O Thou Great Redeemer," or whatever words, Great Jehovah, whatever it is. 3 verses though. Pedal point indeed. You have to do that. If ever I hear this organ being played or sung, and I'm not in control of the organ, and the organist doesn't give me that pedal D, I just think, what a lost opportunity. I heard it. It wasn't my original idea. I heard someone else do it. I think it was Andrew Lumsden do it. And I just thought, wow. In fact, what he did was this. He really played the congregation. This is the way. If ever you wonder what this picture is, I've got a few pictures around. This picture here is when I was at Winchester, so we've got myself there, the very good-looking chap there, indeed. Wasn't that funny? You got Simon Bell over there, and then you got Andy Lumsden there on the right-hand side. He was my boss. He still is at Winchester, and he plays hymns very, very well indeed. Over on this side, in case you're wondering.
We need to say hello to Eric, who's our new listener from Holland.
Eric, hello from Holland.
First time with us.
You are very welcome, Eric. Eric Budding, I can see in the chat. You are very welcome indeed, as is everybody else. In fact, can we just show Eric how welcoming we are by everyone just saying hello to Eric? So the trio here, the terrific three, I don't know. So it was me here, very young. Oh, I haven't really changed, have I? Have I changed much? Got a bit more hair there, alas. John Scott Whiteley in the middle, and then Philip Moore on the left-hand side there. So that's when I was organ scholar at York. It was such a privilege working with these two monumental figures in the world of organ music, particularly with John. And Philip's a very established composer of choral music specifically. He has written organ music, but I think he's written some really wonderful choral music. So that was my time at York. So if you ever see those pictures floating around, and of course I've got me with Francis Jackson over there. If you ever see them now, you know what they are. So let's just have a look. I had a request from Ben, and can it be? Thank you very much, Ben, for your $5, for your $5. Do you Americans still say books? So is that a really old-fashioned saying? We don't say it over here. I've heard it on films, basically. I need to find that one because it's not in the BIS hymnal yet. Ben?
I'll find it. It's in common praise.
Well, it's probably in this red one, isn't it?
No, I don't think it is. It's in common praise.
Oh, crumbs. Am I going to
I'm
go?
such an expert at this job for so long, I remember.
No, it isn't here. It's 588.
Really? Well,
Really?
Can it be?
Well, I hope so. Otherwise, I'm going to play complete not Ben's request.
Yeah.
There, no, I've got it. I don't want to play it twice.
Oh, wow. I didn't think it was in that hymn book.
You're doubting Thomas. It is. It's in here. It's right here. I'm looking at it. 5 verses. Well, actually, I'll give Ben 4 verses. Do you mind, Ben? Because they're quite long verses. Wonderful Words by Charles Wesley. And the tune is called, oh gosh, is it Sagina? I guess it's Sagina. Oh good, books is still common usage. Excellent. It's like, so in this country we say 5 quid. Roger has just said it, literally just said it. 5 books is the same as 5 quid. £5, you can say quid in this country, QUID, for some reason. I don't know where on earth quid came from, but it seems to be a bit of a sort of an informal thing. How much did you pay for that? 5 quid? You're kidding. That's how you'd use it, really. Anyway, so Ben, $5, $5. And can it be that I should gain an interest in the Saviour's blood? Ben, do you know what? I know exactly what you mean. That, yeah, another example, a great example of congregations getting the tune wrong, is this one, which is all very melodic, but then all the way down there. But what I guess people would do is this. Because it's not as low, but not everyone can sing down there. And actually with the harmony it fits. So yes, Ben, I know. Anyway, thanks Ben for requesting that. Now, Erica, give me the fangs. I'm not sure what fangs means. Give me the wings of faith to rise. According to my producer tonight, it's in number 216 in Common Praise. Big shout out, by the way, to our producers. I've got a team of producers who help me make sure these live streams go smoothly. So we've actually got everyone with a spanner next to their name is a producer, and we have a private producers tab over on the far side of the screen, and they sort of tell me if anything's going wrong. So Erica, who's requested this, I think is that South African dollars? ZAR, I can't remember. Let me know where you are, Erica, would you? Give us the wings of faith to rise within the veil and see the saints above. How great their joys, how bright their glories be. Isaac Watts wrote the tune. The words, Isaac Watts, the tune was written by Derek Williams, and it's called San Rocco. And it's in a beautiful key. Starts off in B flat minor, but then it ends in D flat major. Really, really gorgeous tune, this. I think I've played it before on VC. I really encourage you to listen to this and take note because it's stunning. Hope you enjoy it as much as I do. DC, did you enjoy that? I hope you did. I told you you would. And I'm sort of, you know, over the we've been doing VC now for over 2 years, every week, and I sort of get a feeling of what you like and what you don't like. I think you would like that one. So when I say something to you, when I say to you, oh, you'll like this one, I mean it. I really think that you will like things. And in fact, that goes across the whole output on Beauty and Sound. I will never upload anything that I don't think you will ever like. So the organ music that I choose is user-friendly. If I push the boundary a bit, I'll often introduce it and say why I'm playing it. For example, last year I performed L'Ascension by Olivier Messiaen on Ascension Day, which is coming up. But I actually incorporated readings and prayers by Canon Phil Collins, who baptized Hugo a few weeks ago, to make it more approachable for people. So be assured when I say, or when I give you something, I think you'll like it. Which is why I think, oh, we just clicked over to 81,100. Whoever's just done that, thank you very much. If you are watching and you haven't subscribed, please subscribe for that reason, because everything I upload, I think you will like. If I produce something and I don't think it's very good, it won't go online. Julian Goldring requested something during the week. What did he request? Well, I'll tell you. He requested a hymn which is actually quite a quiet one and perfect for communion. It's often sung actually during communion because it is reflective and the words are appropriate. Just as I am, without one plea, but that your blood was shed for me, and that you call us, come to me, O Lamb of God, I come. Hence why it's appropriate for communion. On you stay, O Lamb of God. I'll give you, now what I'm going to do, Julian, I'll give you 3 verses, because actually there are only 3 verses here for some reason. You can see 1, 2, 3. But I've actually, you know, when I was compiling this BIS hymnal, a lot of hymn books had a different tune called Woodworth to these words, which I didn't recognise. So let me just, Julian, do you mind if I give you your verses to your tune, Saffron Walden, and then I'll just go straight into the second tune. I want to know what you think about the second tune. I know most of you will know in fact, no, I'll retract to that. Which tune do you know best? That's always an interesting question to ask a multicultural audience. Which tune do you know? So, here we go. There are two tunes to these words. It's really interesting, actually, looking at the chat. I was playing that. So, Paul, you say that Woodworth is too sentimental. I know what you mean. I know what you mean by that. It's quite slow, isn't it? And just tries to be almost too sad, in a way. Too sentimental, like you say. Daniel Kibaki didn't know the first tune. Did you know the second tune, Daniel? Oh, there we go. Yes, he did. So I think it really depends on where you are, doesn't it? Quite literally depends on where you are in the world. In this country, particularly in the churches where I've been, it was always the first tune. And as Cheryl just said, oh, sorry, yes, Wadriff was a bit dreary. Yes, well, I've always done this the first tune. I've always known that. I've never known the second tune. But as I say, when I was just compiling the hymn book on getting these scans from the hymnary.org, the majority of hymn books had this tune, the second tune. I was really surprised. And very few of them had Saffron and Walden. One of those things. I personally prefer the first tune. Right, where are we up to next? Are we caught up with the live donations? So Dan Beeman has also donated $20. Dan, thank you very much, my friend. That's really generous. All people who've donated are really kind. Right, time for a little organ piece now. Magnify Opera has requested some Mendelssohn. He says, I love it. I aspire to play it in the next concerts for young organists. Well, that'll be good. Are you with us tonight? If you are with us, let us know. So it's Mendelssohn's War March of the Priests. Ooh. So we need to get a few reeds set up for this. And let's just see what happens. Okay, so here we go. This is here he is. Yeah, he's in. So this is for you. So that was the priests having a good old war. I don't know quite what the context is. It's from an opera by Mendelssohn called Athalia. But I'd be surprised if anyone in the chat has seen that particular opera. Have you? And what's the context? What's going on? War March of the Priests by Mendelssohn. For opera, who would like to play that in one of our upcoming young organists occasions that we do here regularly on BIS. Speaking of which, just a sort of a date for your diary. End of July, the very final week in July, going to have our third organ festival, which is really exciting. And so the first organ festival we did was in 2021, last summer, and various places were still in lockdown, and it was actually getting all a bit tricky. And however, actually, most places are out of it now and getting back to a normality. So in this upcoming organ festival, there'll be a lot of people appearing on this organ, playing live. There's one concert that I've actually already advertised for. So young organists, young being under the age of 30, which unfortunately counts me out. Is there anybody in the chat who is under the age of 30? Let me know. I'm going to give you a big shout out. So anyone under the age of 30 is welcome to apply to come. Sam was in earlier, but I don't know whether he's in now. He's probably tweaking his chamber organ. Young organists are going to come to BIS HQ, sit here and play a live concert for you. Isn't that really amazing? So you've seen young organists appear on BIS on their own organs, but now imagine it live in this room. The excitement is going to be amazing. There's Sam. Lewis is there. Magnify your 20. Yes, I think we're all under 30 in our mind, aren't we? We all wish we were. I'm still in my 30s though, so I'm holding on to that quite well at the minute, which is good. So that's really exciting. There's also there's going to be at least, so put it this way, this organ festival is all going to be about live performance. There's going to be some pre-recorded stuff, but most of it's going to be live from here. I won't give away anything else yet, but lots of things are in the planning already. Look, you know me, sometimes I plan things literally day by day, week by week. I put a shout out on Patreon, help, can someone do something tonight for me? But this is how much planning is going into this. We are now over 2 months away from the festival, and I'm already planning it. So that should give you a bit of a clue as to how amazing it's going to be. The next hymn is, so I think this is a new one to you. It's Here, O Lord, we see you face to face. Here would we touch and handle things unseen. Here, grasp with firmer hand eternal grace, and all our weariness upon you lean. Does anyone know this one? Ewan, you're 16. Amazing. Have you applied to come and play the organ? Anyone's available to come. Obviously, I'm in England, so if you're in somewhere else in the world, either you have to travel over to England or you have to be just here by chance. I can't afford to pay for, business class flights from Australia into London Heathrow. Unfortunately, my budget doesn't stretch that far. Spent it all on the organ. Anyway, let's go on to this next hymn. I'll just give you 3 verses of this and see what you think to it. Paul, you got the tune, actually. Who came up with the tune first? Doug. Yeah, Morecambe. It's the name of the tune by Frederick Cook Atkinson. It's not one that I know, but it was sometimes what I do is just to introduce some new hymns. Certainly to me is have a look on the hymnary website, go onto the lectionary part of it, and it actually gives you suggestions for hymns for any specific day based on the day's readings in the church. So there's this one and another one that I'll play a little bit later on, which are suggested by the hymnary. Actually, it's rather useful, actually. It's very, very useful. And it opens your eyes to new hymns. I don't know whether that's ever been requested before. Ben Wallace, it's a great Horatius Boner hymn. I don't know what that means. What's a Horatius Boner hymn? You have to explain it to me. Maybe I'm being naive. What's this? Nightbot is drunk again. Support BAS by becoming a channel members. Yes, I think Nightbot's been on the old ones and noughts. I don't get that. Come on, give me a little laugh for that one. Ones and zeros, you know. Anyway, Magnify. You're in luck because you're having another request. You've actually put in quite a few requests this week, so I'm happy to give you them. Simply because, for one reason or another, we haven't had as many requests this week as we have had before. So Magnify he's struck gold this week. The Day Thou Gavest, Lord, is ended, to the beautiful tune St. Clement. How about this? Paul, that's pretty cool, isn't it? So 70 years. Is that 70 years service to your particular church where you are now, or what? Give me a little bit more context around that. I think I've missed a bit of chat there. So Magnify, no, you're very welcome. I'm glad you love this channel. I hope everyone else loves it as well. My favourite evensong hymn, he says. Yes, it's gorgeous. It really is gorgeous. Benjamin Yao is in, which, Ben, you've just reminded me, because I was going to put a shout out. Benjamin often provides me with timestamps. So when you click on a virtual church or a broadcast, a live one, after the event, you can click on the timestamp in the video's description and it will take you to that specific hymn or organ piece in the VC. It's Benjamin who does that on the whole, and he's so good at doing it and so devoted, but I know how long it takes to do. So I'm going to put a shout out to anyone who wants to help Benjamin do that, perhaps take it in turns, make a team of time stampers. I think Ben would really appreciate it. So if anybody's willing to take it in turns, perhaps if we had 4 people, do it once a month, that would mean going through the virtual church, picking out the exact time at which I played a specific hymn. So, for example, the day that Gavest would have been at something like 1 hour 13, because we've been going for 1 hour 17 minutes. So if anyone wants to volunteer, please do shout up in the chat, and I think Benjamin would really appreciate it. Okay, so actually I started today's virtual church with a request from one of our younger listeners, Sam Sleeth. Christ Triumphant, that was actually for a previous week he wanted that, but I didn't manage to get it in. For this week, he's actually made another request. Lift high the cross. Let me go down to L in my alphabet. There it is, to the tune Crucifer. Lift high the cross, the love of Christ proclaim till all the world adore his sacred name. And then the verses. Come Christians, follow this triumphant sign. The hosts of heaven, sorry, the word heaven isn't even there. I don't know where it came from. The hosts of God in unity combine. Here we go. Let's go to the top camera. I've not had that for a while. So that was Lift High the Cross, the Love of Christ Proclaim. It was requested by organ sampler extraordinaire Sam Sleeth. So, how are we all enjoying VC tonight? I tell you what, I've not been this hot for a long time. You can tell we're getting into the warmer months because this room is boiling, I can tell you. Nick has just sent in a super chat. Thank you very much. Let me have a look to see what it says. Please, can you request? You can indeed, and you may. In Heavenly Love Abiding tune. Have I got that in here? I don't think it's in here. It'll almost certainly be in one of my hymn books, though. Let's have a look, shall we? Where should we find it? Let's have a look. In Heavenly Love Abiding. Yes, number 478. That's lucky, isn't it? David Jenkins, is that a tune? The tune is called Penland. It's by David Jenkins, and the words are: In heavenly love abiding, no change my heart shall fear, and safe in such confiding, for nothing changes here. The storm may roar without me, my heart may low be laid, but God is round about me, and can I be dismayed? Question mark. 3 verses of this. Thank you very much, Bill, for coming forwards. Yeah, I'm not quite sure how you want to sort of divvy it up, but if the more people who get involved, the better. I think it gives Ben a bit of a break. Perhaps Ben really wants to do it. I don't know. He might be a bit possessive. I don't know. But I think it might be an idea to share the workload, because I do know how long it takes to do. It takes a very long time. Let's just build up a core and a disposition on the positive division. Shall we? Yes, I think we shall. Here we go. Sounds something like this. should we have a look at Daniel's request, Daniel Kubaki's request? Number 469 in the NEH. Where is the NEH? I've not seen it for a while. I don't know. It might be in Common Praise, perhaps. Have a look and see. Are we up to date with requests? There's actually a request, another one, from McVeigh, who's doing excessively well tonight. He's asked for an organ arrangement. An organ arrangement.
The NEH has gone on strike.
I think it's in the organ cupboard, but I think it's right at the bottom.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, I think so. You have to be careful.
NEH at the bottom.
I'll just play this ditty. It doesn't last long. It's really quick. But by the time I play this, you'll have found it, I'm sure. McVeigh has requested this, and I'm very happy to play it.
Oh, no.
And that is as fast as I've heard some orchestras play that. When you're playing one note at a time, it's rather easier, isn't it? But I think that is probably not far off the speed it should be, rather than... by the time the Queen of Sheba arrives, she'll be asleep. Daniel, sorry, Magnify. That one was for you. Now, Daniel Kubaki requested a hymn to mercy, pity, peace, and love. All pray in their distress, and to these virtues of delight return their thankfulness. To the tune Epsom. It's in NEH, but it's not one that we do overly commonly in this country, I don't think. Words by William Blake of Jerusalem fame. Let's see how we get on, shall we? Let's see how we get on with this tune. I don't think I recognise it. Well, I think we've had more successful hymns than that, haven't we, Daniel? So, imagine being in Rotterdam on this organ, not this console, but the console of Rotterdam, where there is not a single divisional or even advance button. They have this humongous organ but with nothing on it. Imagine working your way around that organ whilst playing hymns and doing all of this. You know, I've got all of these buttons here, and I still can't get it right. Sometimes we do get caught out, particularly when we're trying to be very elaborate and show off. Give over showing off, they'll teach you. Right, so actually, we are now at the end of the pre-requested hymns. So I've got through my list now. I can put that away, and now I can hand over to you. If you want me to play anything else, please do let me know. PJ asks if Gigu's Grand Coeur Dialogue has been readied for today's voluntary. Well, it hasn't. Any reason why it should have? Is that because of the rather amazing chamades that we've got here? Well, if you want it, then I might have to sponsor it. So if there's any more hymns that anyone would like, please do let me know. Whilst you're thinking about that. So tomorrow, here at BIS, we have this young lady coming round to play. Can you see it? It doesn't focus. Anna's coming round tomorrow. 2 days, she's coming over. She's coming tomorrow afternoon to practice and set up. And then on Tuesday, she's going to be recording, and we'll be doing our interview and bits of talking as well. So I'm really excited about that. She's going to be playing a really wonderful program of Bach, the A minor, BWV 543. Some of the C interludes from Benjamin Britten's Peter Grimes opera, and César Franck's third chorale. So we are, by the time we get to December, we're going to have the complete major organ works of César Franck, played by different people. So Anna's playing the third chorale, which is very exciting. And then she's going to play two pieces by contemporary composers, which I don't know them, but I think she only plays good stuff, and a lot of people write stuff for her, which has got quite a big following online, as you may know. And so she's bringing two pieces, which I'm really excited about, which I don't know. So look out for that. So that's going to go online a week on Saturday. So that's the 28th of, I think 28th of May. Next Saturday, though, as you all know, I'm doing my next organ marathon. A to Z of organ composers and A to Z of organ pieces. So the last organ marathon that I did, my idea, which you may remember, was this. This marathon has been suggested by Caroline. So she suggested this and come up with the idea, and actually has been doing a pretty good job of getting these pieces together. So if it's no good, you can blame her. You can blame her, I say. There she is, just lurking in the background, looking at the live chat.
Tim Carrington, he requested something last week and we haven't played it. I'm just asking you, Tim, what was it that you requested last week? If you could remind us now, we'll play it now for you. Well, not right now, but...
Where was it? Was it in the chat?
No, it was previous week. He's just said, here you go, hi Richard, I don't want to come across me or anything, but I did put a request in last Sunday. So I'm just asking him what the piece was, or the...
a request in last Sunday?
Maybe
What,
it was something you can't play.
in the BIS request form?
I don't know.
No,
Well,
I'm
I'm trying to get to the bottom of it.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, we do get quite a lot of requests. So Tim, help us out. What was it? So Demi Filius has donated 99 cents. Is that obviously 99 euros? It's not quite right, but thank you very much, Demi, for that. That's very, very kind. And Bill, he's requested one of my favourites, hasn't he? Love Divine, or Love's Excelling. Yay! Here we go. I can probably just about play that from memory, actually, but just in case I have a brain freeze live on the internet.
The request for Woodlands as well?
No, I didn't see that. Who's requested that one? Well, let me play this one first, and then we'll have a bit of a tell out my soul. Love Divine, L. Love Divine. Not Beecher, no, Blindburn. Let's have the proper tune, shall we? Bill, here we go. Yes, thanks for this. There we go. Thank you very much, Bill, for requesting that. That is amazing indeed. I agree. I like your emojis, BIS and amazing. That's definitely one of my favorites. I really liked the way John Challenger played it. If you haven't seen it, again, so as I said before, I only upload things that I know you will like. Okay. I know that not all of you watched the organ demonstration of the organ of Salisbury Cathedral given by John Challenger. It's had about 6,500, 7,000 views, which for a video like that is actually quite low. And it's one of the best organs here in this country, and I'm surprised it hasn't had 60,000 views because the organ is so good. So I know not all of you have watched it, and I'm telling you that because at the very end of the organ demonstration, he plays blind verse. He plays one verse, and he does a wonderful crescendo with some wonderful reharmonization. And if you haven't seen it, you're missing out. So you better go and watch it, I say. And then I'd like you to leave a comment on the video, let me know what you think, because it's well worth watching. He plays it really well. And I was really flattered, not flattered, but sort of relieved, I suppose, that he actually, one of the chord progressions that he did is the same the one that I tend to do. Here, going to B minor. Right, that's fine. But then have this sort of augmented chord there. He did the same thing. Like, yes, I don't know whether he'd seen me do it or whether we've both copied someone else. I don't know. He doesn't do that. Oh. No, he takes it somewhere else at that point. But I like to go to B minor there with that with that augmented chord and that top E. I think it's a really wonderful moment. Anyway, so go and
Chappie does it.
Go. Does he? Excellent. Well, all the best people do. Hey, good chappie. Am I up to date with requests? I need to play. No. I need to play Tim's. No. Is there anyone else? Oh, Lewis. So,
you might not have it, but it might be a good candidate for the composer name beginning with Y.
Toccata. I think I don't play it, but I've got a feeling that's actually quite hard. Because I've heard someone play it before, and it sounds fast, which probably makes it quite hard. I'll have a look. I'll have a look at it. I don't know whether you've even got it upstairs.
I think you need to play I Was Glad next because I've read them all up. All the choral singers in the chat. They're all doing their vocal warm-ups.
Okay. Well, before we have I Was Glad, we'll have something else. What's this? Oh, Glenn, thank you very much. $10. I love your picture, Glenn. Any chance of hearing "Make Me a Captive Lord"? What's the SBH?
Service book. That's your smelly one.
What? The nice one. Can you pass it me?
I keep thinking that ambient noise is Hugo. It really annoys me.
Caroline's getting annoyed with the ambience of Westminster Abbey. There must have been a baby at Westminster Abbey when this ambience was recorded.
Service book and hymnal. You should know that. It's the smelly one.
What's going on? Thank you. Number 508.
You've
smell good.
You've missed Woodlands.
Who requested Woodlands?
Charles.
I didn't see that one. Come in. Look. Where is it? It's not there.
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know where it is.
It's in the.
Is it in the request form?
I don't know.
It's not in the request form.
No, it's in the producer chat. Look.
Oh, okay. Can't see it anywhere. So anyway, 508. Look, people are getting bored. We've lost our momentum.
No, it's all right. PJ says my voice is like Cecilia. That's hilarious, isn't it?
I don't know what that means. Is that
the patron saint of music?
No, I know who she is, but to have a voice like a patron saint, is that a good thing? Is it? What does it sound like?
The music, but it's not because of my voice.
Well, I imagine she's lost her voice by now because she's been around for a while.
I think it's Nala.
All right, hello Nala. How are you doing, darling? Have you come to have some?
Show her oh, that's her tape.
Look, she's gone. She doesn't want to be in here. It's too hot in here for Nala.
No, she came in.
Two verses of this. Three verses, Glenn, if that's all right. Here we go. Before it all goes to pot. Because it's starting to degenerate in here. Bill has correctly identified the use of the cornet. That was a cornet disposition on the positive division for the penultimate verse, and then the actual cornet stop for the last verse on the Grand Orgue. Okay, so Lewis, I don't play that. I think I know that piece. I've got a recording. I've got a feeling it's the Prof at Liverpool playing it. I'll have a listen to it and see if I can. Is it online? Is it on IMSLP by any chance? I thought for today's voluntary, before we go into sort of the encore, I was glad. This thing here, just fall into bits. We'll have some Bach, shall we? One of the great pieces by Bach, one of the absolute great pieces. It's the Toccata in F, the one with the two monumental pedal solos in them at the beginning. So, shall we see how we get on with this? Just the Toccata tonight, not the fugue. Otherwise, we will literally be here until next week, which is only a couple of hours away. So, just the Toccata tonight. All right.
Hello, Nala.
Oh, Nala's still around, is she?
Yeah.
And then after this, we'll have some Parry. Wish me luck. I need some luck for this one. This is not easy, is it? Come on, give me some sort of don't know, energy, positive words of positive, something. Thank you. That'll do. That will do. what an amazing piece. There isn't anything else that he wrote, and I think indeed anyone subsequently, there's nothing else like that. You have this exposition at the beginning, which is in canon. And then it comes back in the dominant, the left hand first, still in canon. And then these two extraordinary pedal solos, and then all of this development of the the idea comes back, and then you have the tune comes back at various points. It's just an extraordinary piece of harmony, development, and just how to structure and develop a piece. It's just utterly fabulous, isn't it?
My favourite comment comes from Dr. Jonathan Clinch, who says, "I don't know how any parent still has the mental capacity to play Bach after 9 p.m, let alone broadcast it." Bravo.
Oh, cheers, Jonathan. Well, that was so I've been playing down at Romsey Abbey all day today. Actually, don't tell anyone, but I got a bit late. I was meant to leave at 8 o'clock this morning, but I ended up getting up at 8 o'clock, so I had to get up quick and zoom down.
Party at 2 o'clock this morning.
Yeah, it wasn't a great night's sleep. Anyway, zoom down the road, get to Romsey, play for a morning service, then play for the window dedication service this evening. Zoom back, and then play VC. All in a day's work for an organist, isn't it? 3 services on a Sunday is quite common in a lot of cathedrals. It's what I'm used to.
Do they still have hymns at matins?
Matins is, I think matins seems to be a little bit of a what do you call it, of COVID.
Casualty.
A casualty of COVID, yeah.
Poor old matins. There's some great music for matins too.
Terence O'Callaghan has given me, is that, what's ZAR?
South African.
Oh, that's South African.
You've had 2 South African.
Oh, I've had 2. So Erica and
Terence did ask
and
for
Terence.
something, but you were playing the voluntary at that point, so I said...
Well, what's Terence asked for?
What's he asked for?
Oh, well, might want to sneak it in. You need to play all requests.
I'll try and find it.
Because it was,
We pray for peace with Ukraine in mind in particular.
I don't know what that is. What is that? We pray for peace. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is either.
We're not finished yet. For everyone who thinks Richard's played his finale,
well,
we're not finished yet.
We got this. Josh, you're just in time for the for the encore.
Are you a tenor? Are you a bass? Are you a counter tenor? Get ready.
I was glad by Parry, no choir, just me.
No, there is a choir. They're just all over the world.
Yeah, exactly.
They're warming up right now.
A worldwide choir. Everyone's going to have to
They're
sing
doing their
in.
vocal exercises ready
The thing
now.
is, everyone's going to just watch me and judge me try to make a Horlicks of playing the choir and the organ part in this piece. It's hard enough as it is playing the organ part, let alone the choir part as well. Should we just get everyone done with? Come on, quick. Let's get the Shema reads out.
Regarding We Pray for Peace, I think I have vaguely heard that request before. If somebody pops it in the request form and tells us where we can find it, we'll definitely play it next week.
Yeah, everything that goes in the request form, by the way, is safe. Everything that gets captured, and if I can play it, if we've got it, we will play it. So that's your best bet to put anything in the BIS request form. Nightbot does occasionally give links to the BIS request form. So if you scroll up in the live chat, I'm going to look now to see whether I can see a chat from Nightbot with the. I can't see him leaving a link to it, unfortunately. He must have done.
Poor Nightbot. He
Can't
do anything right.
He's let us.
Damned if he does, and damned if he doesn't.
He's let us down. No. Oh, what? No. Have I?
Poor Nightbot. Someone else.
Oh, no! Don't blame Nightbot. Blame me. I've turned it off. Look, there we go. There it is. I've turned it on. But the problem is, he's going to have to wait 20 minutes before he does it. So what I can do is, if I copy and paste it into. So this, I'm typing this on behalf of Nightbot.
Why did you disable him?
Well, I disabled that particular message. But there we go, I've put it in now. So that should come through in a second. Cool. Well, let's... Wait, I don't know whether it will or not, actually. Why isn't it? There we go. Yeah, that's so I'm writing that on behalf of Nightbot. I'm doing his job for him. Right, so Parry, I was glad. Oh. Well, I don't think the ambience of Westminster Abbey has ever heard quite a performance like that. Let's be honest about it. Have they? Anyway.
Bad news.
Oh,
You're
what?
going to have to play it again on the Platinum Jubilee weekend with the Vivats.
Oh, I thought you meant tonight. I'm not playing it again tonight.
No, someone said, PJ said, where are the Vivats? But it's not quite the Platinum Jubilee.
You can't do the...
You
PJ
can't.
can't do the Vivats because there's no Queen's Scholars of Westminster School shouting Vivat. How do I...
You're
What?
going to have to. When it's the bank holiday weekend, you'll have to do the Vivats.
What? Well,
hilarious.
we'll have to do it in the Vox Humana, which, as you know, imitates the human voice, doesn't it? So yeah, I suppose we really could do, couldn't we? We could have it on maybe a Regal, perhaps a bit like this then. So it could go. Nah. It was just literally shouted. There wasn't really much pitch to it. It was just shouted by those kids.
You'll have to get your subscribers to record themselves.
Don't encourage them because they will, and it will sound.
I told them Nightbot's a counter.
It will sound ridiculous.
Nightbot would do the honours for you. We shout the Vivats.
Nightbot's a counter tenor.
Yeah.
Is he?
Yeah.
How do you know he's a counter tenor?
He told me.
Fair enough.
He was getting ready to play I Was Glad, which is why he forgot to mention the request form.
Nightbot, night, I think we should say at this point. Before any more strange requests come in, quick, keep your money to yourselves. Don't give me any more money tonight. No more requests for hymns. Yeah. The Vox Humana. It's rather lyrical. Right, I think...
Our friends at St Vincent's Home in Mexico, the dog home. I love this piece. You're playing it just as I would without a choir. Unfortunately, I don't have access to the organ anymore, but I love hearing you play.
I'm sure you'll play it better than I would, to be honest.
His dogs could do the chorus of Vivats. Wouldn't that be awesome?
I haven't got a dog sound effect here, which is a shame. I could get
dogs could howl the Vivats. That'd be amazing.
We could do that. I'm sure we could arrange for that. Haven't we got a
Get him to record
we got
the kennels at
we got Hugo's
time.
keyboard. We've got cows on it.
Oh yeah.
But we haven't got an F sharp. Well, Hugo's got a keyboard with the animal sounds in it, which actually was sent to us by one of our subscribers.
It was the original fourth manual, actually.
It was the original fourth manual to the old organ. Right, is there anything else that I need to sort of say at this point? We've still got 200 people. I don't know why 200 people. I'm amazed people have stuck around. To be honest, it's all lost any sense of formality. People are just wondering what on earth is going to happen next. I think. Tony Brook, we have a subwoofer, and if I play a note, you can't hear it, but it certainly sounds excellent in here. It's just right down in the corner down there. It sounds utterly fantastic.
It's not though. It's in the whole house.
What?
Earlier when you played the first hymn, I think it was.
Christ Triumphant, yeah.
Oh, was it the first? It was. You had a pedal C anyway, and it was just the whole house shook. I was upstairs.
Well, there are some notes on various organs which do rattle the woodwork. Every cathedral has that. The choir stalls always rattle on a certain note. And funnily enough, some people do sit in certain places so they can feel that 32 foot. At York Minster, I can't remember what it's like now, but in my day, the two 32 foot flues were on either side of the choir stalls, pushed up right against the woodwork. So if you sat in the choir stalls with the 32 foot behind you, as it were, you would really feel it, and people would go to those seats for that reasoning in mind. Kim, thank you very much. O Saviour, thou who wearest a crown of piercing thorn. Kim, would you do me a massive favour, my friend? You've been very generous by giving me, I don't know what currency that is. Is it? Could you pop it in the request form for me? Could someone please put a link to it? I can't. The link to it is here. There we go. If you could just pop it in there, we'll definitely play it for you next week. because we're just finishing tonight. We've been going for 2 hours and 20 minutes, which is more than enough. So there's the link. Hopefully you can see that.
Anita,
Kim, just put it in there and we'll play it next week for you.
Anita, if you go have a look on the channel at the pipe organ concerts in Romsey Abbey last year, Richard plays the Swan.
Okay.
She was asking if there was an organ transcription of the Swan.
Oh, yes, Anita, yes, there is indeed. Yes.
Someone else asked that last week as well.
So
I
if
think
you
perhaps you need to play the Swan again.
I can't really find it very easily.
Not now, but just...
Not now, yeah, but it is on there. If you search for, Anita, if you search for Romsey Abbey organ recital, it's on there. Okay, cool. Well, I'm going to draw to a close because we've gone on for far long enough now. So, thank you very much, everyone, for your engagement, getting involved. I've had a really great time. Sometimes I just go on for way too long, simply because I'm having such a good time. It's that simple. If I wasn't enjoying it, it would be 20 minutes and it would be off. Thank God that's over. But no, I really enjoy it, and it's all thanks to your company. PJ, that's the one, near Eastleigh. Eastleigh. Yes, it's near Eastleigh. It's a gorgeous place, Romsey. So until next time, a busy week here at BIS. Anna's coming tomorrow. Anna Lapwood is coming tomorrow to record.
To play like a girl.
Well, or
that's her hashtag,
it is.
Play like a girl.
It is, yeah. What do I play like?
Play like Richard McVeigh.
Do I play like a boy?
You play like a choir of when you're doing I Was Glad.
Don't play like a choir at all. Right, come on. Let's say goodnight, everyone. Cheerio, everyone. Take care. Stay safe. And until next time, I will once again we both say cheerio.
Cheerio.
Thank you for your company. Goodbye.